Check out this guy. This guy is here because not everything happens according to plan.
So it turns out that not everything goes perfectly according to plan, which seems as good a place to start this video as any. Those of you that don't know me already, I'm Devi Baba, this crazy animal that's involved in this magical game stuff, and this is the update happening much later than I had intended because not everything goes according to plan. And so when the past is not available, the present is the best place to start. And so here we are. So some of you may be wondering, what happened, Devi Baba? Did you lose the boss fight? No, I didn't lose the boss fight. However, due to events that I did not predict in advance, it became clear that I wasn't going to win. And so I did what one would naturally do in a situation like that. Use magic. And that is where some of the things I'm about to talk about come in. So yes, it turns out the future is not perfectly predictable. For evidence to back that up, please consult recent past. Might even go back a few years and wonder if you thought all this was going to be happening if you go back even further. So, here we are. If the future is not perfectly predictable and not everything goes according to plan, then it seems like one good idea might be to assume uncertainty as a basic feature of the map that we'll be operating on. And where do you go when all of a sudden the roads disappear? When maps don't work? You improvise. You improvise and you learn to think on your feet. Well, I'm going to have to start again. This is not my first attempt at this audio, which might not be my last either. Cut to the chase on this guy. When I first emerged as a witchy-looking creature, one of my relatives, I can't remember who, got me this because they, they were trying to find a way of getting me stuff I liked. And I did think it was really cool at the time. And over the years, I've come to think, this needs a reincarnation of sorts. So here we are, making the second attempt at this audio and using some legitimate hoodoo ingredients in a decidedly chaos magic process, because this, I will not pretend, is a real hoodoo process. Although I like hoodoo. I'm still learning a lot about it from the big stack of those cat ironwood $12 series of books she's been putting out. Also, apologies for the very delightful view of the back of my head, full of hair I'm not supposed to have anymore. See the note on things not going as planned. And maybe we'll get into that a little bit now. All right, so this guy is a stand-in for me in the game. And basically what I did is some magic to hold my enemies down, to give me some time while I do a reboot between Walpurgisnacht, now in the past, and Halloween, fast approaching. It is July 16th at the time of this audio recording, so let's see how fast I actually get this thing uploaded. All right, so 2024, by the way. All right, so this guy is kind of a servitor. For those of you that are familiar with servitors, basically, I'm creating a magical item to act to sort of hold things stable while I get my act together. But this is acting within a game context. There's magic that's done within the game, and sympathetic magic also done within the game to affect things outside the game. And it's all tangled up. It's a big hyper sigil, so that's what happens. So I am not supposed to have hair right now. And this guy's hair is not without a problem, so I'm removing it. In the old school witchy world, hair is a way of binding things. And so, winter solstice, back with that Saturn Jupiter uh, conjunction back in 2020, I decided for the first time in something like 18 years that I was going to grow hair and see what grew in. With, with mixed results. But I am so tired of this stuff, and now we're going through a heat wave. I can't wait to get rid of this. But certain things have to happen, and I did not meet the requirements yet, which includes getting past this battle for which this guy is a stand-in. Now, the idea, think about, for those of you that watch anime, think about any of the animes where a character has a limiter put on them. You know, maybe they're just not as strong. A lot of times it's they're wearing an eye patch, and once they take the eye patch, no, all hell's gonna break loose. You're in trouble now. He's taken off his eye patch. He's really gonna have power. You know, his one step closer to his final form. Well, that's the idea. The hair that binds enemies and things in the witch's hair used to bind an enemy. Well, it's binding me. I'm using it as a limiter that I've been growing for damn close to 4 years. And if I don't get to cut this on Halloween, God help me, it will be winter solstice. But you know, I'm maybe optimistic without evidence. Yeah, they nailed this guy's hair on, so I'm really doing my best using those needle nose pliers. And we'll see. This does not go as planned. I mean, some of these nails break off when I'm pulling them out. One of them I decided just to leave in there because it's right where I'm just afraid I'm going. Yeah, that's that one actually, right where you'd say the third eye would be. Anyway, we got all kinds of things that go wrong here. In fact, all right, back to the story. Back to the story. Stay on track, Baba. All right, here we go. This guy's holding my enemies down. He's a servitor that is holding my enemies down. They think they're fighting me. They think they can release all their power against me because not only am I there, I'm there without my hair, which means I've released my limiter. Yeah, I haven't. But this guy's a doppelganger standing in for me. And they are locked in a sort of weird time lock battle where I folded Walpurgisnacht onto Halloween. I'm treating them as the same day. So we're basically, I will step in at some point and begin fighting these guys. But the thing is, they have reinforcements on the way. And the reinforcements that are on the way are a group called the Mock Trinity Wizardkin. I got to learn to name these guys better because I come up with these names and I forget what the hell I named them or whatever. The Mock Trinity Wizardkin they're an enemy that actually, like, when the boss reaches a certain low hit point, they retreat with the boss. And anytime a battle doesn't resolve, these guys get stronger between then and the next boss fight. So yeah, the Mock Trinity Wizardkin are a problem, especially since right now the hit points of these guys are so out of control that I really have to escalate everything in order to justify winning the battle. Now, the thing is, the first part of this year, well, let's just say this year hasn't been good. This year has had all kinds of unpleasant and unfortunate surprises. But you know what? There's a cycle in this game. There's a cycle in life, really. Spades, hearts, clubs, diamonds. And if you think about the tarot suits, the suit of swords, conflicts, you know, problems. And here's some Van oil to open roads. Take a bath in that stuff. Anyway, where's I going? Oh yeah. So spades. What's trouble? What's the problem? Hearts. Okay, well, what do you want? What do you want to do? What do you want the outcome to be? Clubs. What are you going to do about it? What's the work? and diamonds. What's the outcome? What do you want? You know? All right. I want power. in that general sense, the Nietzscheans. How do you? I don't want to give him a long E there. Anyway, in the sense of Nietzsche, the will to power. And any of you that have taken the time to read my stuff on the blog, God's bless you. But the long and short of it is, I don't think of power in the same way as a lot of people do, because I realize in the way, like a mycelium kind of way, we can really share power and then become big and strong together. And if we all specialize in different things, we can, broken strings, see? Nothing goes, well, some things do go as planned, but not everything goes as planned. This was very appropriate. I had a lot of problems making this guy. See? Forget about it. That's not going to work either. See, I can predict this, but I've already been here. All right, so I got to kill the Mock Trinity Wizardkin. And there's also the Distractor Beast, which is related to this thing called the Hatch. Speaking of things I'm stealing from pop culture, that's stolen from Lost. I don't care what you think about Lost. People have strong feelings on it. It doesn't matter. I stole this. I'm kind of a thief like that, like my witches in this game. Witchy thief group in future Northern Maryland, post-collapse. Full of all kinds of problems. We'll talk about the witches later. This isn't the first time I did this recording, so I can't remember if I already went on about them or not. If not, I guess I'll be doing a video on witches soon. I like my witches. They're a lot of fun, They're I don't know. You'll find them. You'll meet them. We'll learn together and gain in power together. All right. This is a problem. See? Spades, hearts, clubs, diamonds. All right, what do I want? I want to finish this this tangent, and the past me can try to tie this using fingers and teeth, like the animal I am. I'm a dog that learned to talk. Make no mistake about it. And I'll be stronger when I remove my limiter, go back to my Professor X Grant Morrison hairstyle. Just in time for winter. Something's wrong with me. Anyway. All right, let's get back to this. All right, Mojo, it's not a Mojo, really. It's whatever. It's a little bag. Little magic bag is done here. I'm about to give him his clothes and give him his mission. And meanwhile, I'm going to be sneaking around while these guys are fighting a battle, thinking that I've released my limiter and I'm fighting them full on. And I'm going to go and repair the damage that I did when I decided to do a master plan instead of iteration. Because master plans are ill-advised. And you're better off doing something in pieces than in one fell swoop a lot of the time. Because what if the master plan doesn't work? What if it took you a while to build that plan? Sounds like I'm talking about something that actually happened. It took me a really, really long time to work on this MK Ultra style approach to, I guess, something similar to anti-fragile confidence or the Belzebuto thing in the anime Tensei Shitara Slime Dataken. Time I was reincarnated as a slime. Something like that. I don't know. Really good series, actually. I really enjoy it. And I won't tell you anything else about it because I know anime people love giving spoilers for no good reason. And I'm not going to do that on purpose. I don't want to spoil the witches too much either because they deserve a proper treatment. And this guy is alternately referred to as the War Witch and the Wood Witch, both of which kind of have their issues. The War Witch, I found out there's a movie called War Witch that is actually about a young girl that's kidnapped to fight in wars in Africa, and that this is a magical game, people. This isn't supposed to be serious commentary on very troubling global issues. I'm here to make magical games and help people get better at magic and enjoy their lives. And some things are just above my so-called pay grade. It's also called The Wood Witch, which kind of reminds me of Monty Python and the quest for the Holy Grail. But you know what? It's been decided that I need to find the name for this guy because, first of all, it creeped me out for days afterwards. It looks really, really creepy. And then I decided this has to stick around. This is going to get upgrades and get more powerful as time goes on. It's going to be fun. All right, so at some point, probably not fully in this video, I'll need to let you all in on the Mrs. Doubtfire problem. And the solution to the Mrs. Doubtfire problem, at least as far as I can tell, the magical monster. We'll get to those. In the meantime, I want to talk about some of the resources that I want to use in the days and weeks ahead. Really, in the time between Walpurgisnacht, now distantly in the past, and Halloween in the rapidly approaching future. And God's willing, there will be updates between now and Halloween, but we will see, because you know what I said about the predictability of the future. So, let's start with Improv Wisdom. See if I can actually get that without a glare. Improv Wisdom by Patricia Ryan Madsen. Very good book. You can see the subtitle, Don't Prepare, Just Show Up, which seems appropriate to what I was talking about earlier. In an unpredictable world where maps don't work, what do? Well, you don't prepare. You just show up. This is one of the best anti-procrastination books that I've ever read. I highly recommend it. It's like 150, 160 pages. Very good. And I will be making some games from the 13 keys in here to, living in this this improv world. Going to the next, Laura Day and How to Rule the World from Your Couch. I feel bad that I actually wrote off Laura Day many years ago when I read Practical Intuition, because I was just a tiny little kid and I was looking for all the psychic stuff. And Practical Intuition doesn't have all the psychic stuff. It does have Practical Intuition, but to me it seemed like it didn't have all the bells and whistles I was looking for. I wanted to do all the fancy stuff. And so I was like, well, nah, she's not my type. Well, this one has all the psychic stuff. It's got remote viewing and telepathy and all kinds of things. And it's not just a materialist guide to paying attention to your gut feeling. And I'm not going to go into that totally right now. I felt like I was a little tricked. I was like, did Laura Day trick me? Was she messing with me, hiding all this? And then I thought, maybe because she's this psychic lady, she might have known. But we won't get into that. I'm not going to slander Laura Day. There's a very good book. I'm going to be making games out of this. And doesn't that just sound like a wonderful thing to do? Well, not that we want to rule the world, but, just to... Radical Intuition by Kim Chesney. And this is another good one. Again, this is focusing on these 4 basic kinds of skills that she recommends. I found her by weird coincidence, and it turns out that she is associated with my favorite game design instructor, who is Jesse Schell. And there are a couple other synchronicities that linked us up too. And so I wound up getting this one. I really liked what she had to say during the promotion of it before it came out, and it's a pretty good book. It's got these little workshop type things and exercises towards the end. It'll be really easy to integrate into other game stuff. It might not be a game in and of itself. It might just be a component of something bigger, which is how I envision these things. I think they'll probably wind up plugging together. Anyway, and the next. Be More Pirate, or rather, How to Be More Pirate. This is a sequel. Very confusing to hold this up to the camera. This is a great little book. It's about doing things in an unconventional way and breaking the rules. And then this thing, Arate. Brian Johnson. I played with his heroic app. I was one of the, what did they call us? Founding members or initial investors, well, whatever. It was, I got a good deal, and I bought in early, and it's an app for the phone that you get into this habit of following this process. And I actually like his process and his thinking, although I'm sure there's plenty we would disagree on. There's a lot of stuff we agree on. And the problem was this thing. I forget that I even have this thing. I had to build a habit of using the phone in order to participate with the process. No, not doing it. So it didn't work out. That is nothing against Brian or his stuff. I just didn't have the habit already. And so, good old analog technology. This has some really good stuff in it, and I can't wait to dive into it. Particularly his idea on anti-fragile confidence, because I think that will be a wonderful hypnotic addition to the game. We'll get into all this in greater detail later. So, all right then, in the interest of that which is not predictable with any sense of certainty, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next few months. In this stretch between Walpurgisnacht and Halloween. And I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting. And yet what I can commit to you is my intention to make more frequent updates. God's willing, I will be coming back here relatively soon with these next two videos. The next one dealing with the game mechanic of mise en place, and the following one on the 4 suits in the magical game and the magical game process, and hopefully shortly thereafter with a magical game that you all can play, maybe along these lines. Maybe it will be these improv ones, or it might be someone's already in existence that I'm going to lay out the structure and process, and maybe make some improvements in the spirit of the infinite game, and in the realization that the magical game will always be out of balance. See previous note on infinite games, and we'll see where this craziness goes. I hope that this has been an interesting video for you, hopefully a little bit entertaining, maybe even thought-provoking in some ways, and that you swing by to check out more of this stuff in the days and weeks ahead. Also, remember, White Rabbit Hypnosis, whiterabbithypnosis.com for all your hypnosis needs, more or less. Swing by if you think I might be a good fit for you. I'd love to have a conversation. Conversations are free. Love to talk to you. Wishing you the best out there. Be seeing you.